What's up, guys? Stas here. So it is about to get real for Sofi as the company is set to report earnings in 2 trading days from now. So we have a lot to cover in this video. We're going to break down the charts, my thoughts, what I'm looking to do, and we're going to break down the estimates for EPS and revenue and break down some numbers in general. So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and you might as well follow me on X and on TikTok and get your 10 fractional shares for Moomoo of the Mag 7 stocks by using that link down below, checking out the QR code right here, or by going to stassurfast.com/Moomoo. Get your stocks, guys, as this is a limited time offer. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So check it out. It's currently about 12:30, 12:40 p.m. on the East Coast. So we're pretty much halfway through the trading day. And thanks to Meta and the anticipation of potentially more red from other big tech names set to report earnings later today, we're seeing a sell-off across the board in terms of the stock market. We have the S&P 500 currently down 0.8%. The Dow's down 1.2%. Same with the Russell as the Nasdaq's down 1.1%. And we have SoFi down, which again, they're reporting earnings in 2 trading days. They're down over 2%, right at about $7.45 after hitting $7.26 earlier in the day. You guys can see here with that move down to $7.26, SoFi actually took out the lows from yesterday being about $7.45, and mind you, look at where we're at right now. We're testing $7.45 on the dot, right? Again, yesterday that was the low. We held $7.45 all day. Then we broke through it in the pre-market. We got down to $7.26, and now we're trying to get back through that point, which would be great for the bulls. It would be if, SoFi got above $7.45, $7.50, but we're not quite seeing that quite yet, which time will tell. If we do get out of $7.45, though, we might be filling the gap towards $7.60, right? That's a big spot here on the charts, right? $7.70-ish, roughly. That was the high from yesterday in the morning. That could be another gap to fill if we start going, to the upside here. And on the 5-day, 5-minute chart, we can see how now we're actually slipping a little bit, but it's not completely collapsing, right? It's not the end of the world for the bulls on the 5-day, 5-minute quite yet, as in fact, we are holding a higher low right here. Do you guys see this higher low? Boom. You guys see that? You guys see that? You guys see that and that, right? So bulls are fighting, but we have to wait again for the confirmation of a move past the mid-7s, $7.45, $7.50. If that were to break in the short term, that would be ideal for the bulls. And as we pull the layers back a little bit here on the 20-day chart, you guys can see how we are seeing a bit of a lower high being put in, but at the same time, we're seeing higher lows being made as well. So you could argue that on this 1-hour chart, SoFi, we have a wedge pretty clear. And on the 4-hour chart, like I've mentioned in previous videos, we do have a descending triangle, which is not the best sign overall for the bulls, but it doesn't mean 100% that it has to play out just because we have a descending triangle, but it is what we have nonetheless here, and it is something worth watching heading into earnings in the next couple of days here. And let's say, for example, the descending triangle does play out, SoFi does fall through that, $7 mark-ish, roughly. That could be a point where we start slipping towards the mid-6s, mid-low 6s, right? 640 being the low from back in the end of November. I don't know how I got those mixed up. But yeah, back in the end of November, we hit 640. That could be where we go next, in my personal opinion. So let me show you guys. Let me pull this up. That's if the descending triangle plays out. Now, let me show you guys on Safari here a little bit more about the earnings coming up so we can get some more insight on these numbers. So right now, when it comes to some brief stats about the company here, SoFi, the market cap is right around, let's see here, guys, where's it at? $7.86 billion. If I zoom in, you guys might be able to see it. Yeah, $7.86 billion market cap. The beta's at 1.76, which I swear that was over 1.8 last I checked. So beta's coming down, but still very high. Obviously, SoFi is way more volatile than the overall stock market. EPS trailing 12 months, negative 36 cents. Hopefully that does go positive fairly soon here. And yeah, those are some quick little brief stats about the company, as we're now at $7.43. And coming over here to statistics, actually no, the analysis tab is where we want to go. Let me see here. Analysis tab. Come on. There we go. So for their earnings coming up, like I said, this Monday in the morning, so right after the weekend, hopefully you guys do have a great weekend, but right after the weekend, we're going to be getting their numbers right at the top of Monday morning, right, guys? So based on 14 analysts here, the average estimate for EPS is 2 cents. The low estimate is negative 2 cents, with the high estimate being 6 cents. And if they do anything near 6 cents, over 6 cents, obviously that'd be phenomenal for the stock, right? But expect more of a 2 to 3 cent number. That's kind of what I'm expecting for this quarter, with them doing negative 5 cents a year ago. So a year ago, guys, they lost 5 cents. So now they're looking to do again 2 cents, which is great year over year. That's phenomenal. And when it comes to revenue, based on 10 analysts, the average estimate is $555.8 million. The low estimate's $549 million, with the high estimate being $565 million. And a year ago, during the same quarter, they did $460 million. So that implies sales growth of around 20 to 21% year over year. Pretty good there for SoFi, guys. So yeah, that's a quick rundown on some numbers, the quick little breakdown on the estimates coming up. And like I said, guys, we are beaten down heading into earnings. And I've said this time and time again in my SoFi updates. I think the stock is way artificially, low. I think it's artificially beaten down. And this thing, in my eyes, is a $9, $10 stock. Quite frankly, it's over a $10 stock, in my opinion, which is why I've been buying it in this $6 to $7 range. That's where I started buying months ago, right? And I'm continuing to hold onto my position. As you guys probably know at this point, I'm long SoFi, right? So keep your eyes on those key points, the earnings coming up, and this is all in the midst of an overall red day where we have the Russell down 1.2%. We have the S&P 500, same thing. Actually, no, not down as much as the Russell, but still 0.9% red day for the S&P 500. The Nasdaq's down 1.1%. The Dow's down 1.2%. The Dow's actually getting hit the most out of the bunch today, which usually is not the case, but today it is, as the VIX is up over 3%. And again, this is all because of Meta, which now their stock's down 12%, and we're anticipating Google's earnings after the bell, and we're also anticipating, of course, Microsoft's earnings today. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and get your 10 fractional shares of the Mag 7 stocks from Moomoo, totaling $50, guys, by using that link down below, checking out the QR code right here, or by simply going to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Get your stocks, guys, as the clock is ticking. And don't forget to check out my Patreon if you guys want to see me build out my Patreon portfolio, which is a $100 per week portfolio. You get all the buys, sells, all the returns, full transparency with that account, guys, and you get other perks by checking out the Patreon down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you guys later.